Hi everyone, Coach Steve here, and my vlog for the week beginning the 19th of June. So I want to just have a quick kind of just an observation and discussion on something I've always noticed, but I'm just going to ask the gang, and then a quick update on what's going on with the squad, with the community, etc., and some other stuff that's happening down the track. So my observation, and just curious as to what people are thinking, is out IRONMAN as a product. Is there any other product or kind of organization that's as polarizing? And what I mean by this is if you look on one hand, and I think this is the majority of the people, you've got enough fanatics out there who will not only buy thousands of merch, travel all over the world to do these races and take on massive challenges and at a price, but also will actually tattoo their logo or brand themselves with your trademark. Um, and that's the one side of it. So there's like, and people who will talk about it incessantly. And again, by the way, I am massively guilty of this. Half my gear is Ironman branded. That's mainly due to my lack of fashion sense rather than any sort of cult status. But I am an Ironman fan. And the other side is, now I'm seeing this mainly from the forums. I'm in like kind of pathetic triathletes and training for an Ironman journey, which have like thousands and thousands of triathletes. There's a lot of really anti-Ironman people, right? And it's not that they're anti in terms of the actual race distance or the achievement. It's anti the organization, which, like, anytime they go on, they try to vilify the whole thing. Um, like anything that's up, it's Ironman's all about the money. Ironman's doing this, and Ironman's races. Look at the drafting, la 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 la, and they're very, very vocal and very, very negative. Which, look, I get. Not everyone has a wonderful experience with the organization, and I know that that Ironman are not good with refunds, and they're not good with some of the transfers, etc., etc. But a lot of these people are very borderline angry with the organization and going like, how bad an experience have you had? Um, so and they're very vocal, and like even to the point where like I feel very sorry for Andrew Messick, who was Ironman CEO. Um, he tends to get blamed and his words twisted, as in basically with the last couple of podcasts he's been on, he seems to be a almost like a target for like for anything anti Ironman, and like people are all posting up, and like I don't understand it. As in, I've watched these podcasts. I do need to watch them because I need to what's going on in my industry, and like, but people in the comments, they're putting words in his mouth, they're twisting things he did, and it almost feels somewhat personal. And you're going, I don't understand. As in, um, so that's my question to you, as in like, um, do you see this as it just me? And if you do, any thoughts why Iron Man is so polarizing um as an organization? Um, like it's not like people have bad experience of airlines, and yes, there's a certain amount of vitriol from specifically wrong people, but it almost seems like there's an anti-Iron Man movement, and like in these little communities. I have one idea, so I'm interested to see whether or not you think and why this be the case. For me, actually, I had a think about it. I was on my long bike. I always have lots of time to think. I was gone. I think, as by definition, Ironman as a sport attracts very extreme individuals. I think you have extremely positive people, and then you have extremely negative people. And by that, and like any sort of normal distribution curve, you're always going to get some people who just want to be angry and they take it to the extreme. But also at the same time, I think what's hilarious is like these guys are all in these training for an Ironman journey, etc. And they're there, but just to throw mud at the anytime someone asks a question about Ironman and if they change a race venue or da 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 da. And I guarantee you, if you dig underneath it, these guys are signed up for races, for Ironman races, which They don't need to be. If they really hate the organization, they can actually go and do like non-branded iron distance events. They can do shorter events, local events. Like I've always said, Ironman is not triathlon, but triathlon is not Ironman. But I just find it very weird that there's such vitriol towards. And again, as I said, I feel sorry for Andrew Messick. I've actually met him once when I was over in Switzerland. He's actually a nice bloke. He's doing the best he can. And sorry, lads, Ironman's a business. Stop giving out about the prices. Stop giving out about the transfer fees. Stop giving. You sign up for it. And if you have gone through the whole cycle and you've gone across the finish line, 99% of people say, actually, the whole thing was worth it. But anyhow, so why do you think that people are so that small? Is it a small minority? I don't know. There's such a vocal element that are so anti-Ironman. Let us know in the comments. I'm kind of curious. Anyhow, okay, so that was my thought for the day. I picked up on the bike and thought I'd share. Let's have a bit of dialogue on that. So what's going on with Smart Endurance Solutions? At the moment, the main focus at this stage is we're getting people over the finish lines for like race season is really in big swing. We have a load of PBs. We've had a couple of podiums. We've had a couple of first timers. So things are going well. What we're really happy with is the PB hit squad. We've already seen, and we're only, I think, 1 month into it. And like of the guys who are involved, we've had 10 people out of already recording massive PBs, hitting goals, etc. And that's just going to get bigger and bigger as people come up the races. So that's cool. And congratulations there. And speaking of the PB Hit Squad, soon to be rebranded, but it's exciting tonight. As tonight we have our first ever guest speaker. As what we're trying to do is bring in myself and Mark normally do a webinar and we chat to whatever topic, and we take Q&A. But because we're sick of the sound of our own voices, believe it or not, it's possible. We're bringing in guest speakers. First is tonight is a sports psychologist who has worked with a number of different sports teams, and he's going to go through how to remain focused in your race, etc., which is going to be cool. Next up, we're going to have a nutritionist in who will kind of probably give a lot more deep dive detail to stuff myself and Mark would have presented on the past. We have an S&C guy lined up. We also have a pro triathlete lined up. So it's well, all these are to be finalized. We won't reveal names until we have them slotted in, etc. So that's exciting, and it's cool that we're still managing to refine the project, the product, and we're also still part of the rebrand, looking at what's working for people, what people are getting getting value out of, and based on what we're seeing on the ground and also on the feedback. So the whole product's going to be refined a little. It'll still offer superb value. There'll still always be a plan. There'll still always be webinar and unprecedented access to high quality coaches like myself and Mark, and how we bundle around the Training Peaks Premium, yada yada yada. Some of the stuff we're working out, some bits and pieces, but this will be clear in the next month or so. So just keep your ears peeled. We will have a window for registration open, limited numbers, limited window. So keep an eye out. But anyway, that's all that's happening. And back to my original question, why do you think that Ironman elicits such negative resistance or anger versus the other side of the equation, would elicit have such strong supporters? Let us know in the YouTube comments. That'd be great. And if you haven't already hit the subscribe button, please do like this video. It helps, and it just shows that you're a beautiful person, and it means that you think I'm a beautiful person. Yeah, and let's go with that. Okay, have a great week's training, folks. Coach Steve out.